Hello and welcome to the Heart Mind Show. Hello, ladies. How are you tonight?
Hi.
Great.
It is Saturday night. It is Saturday night, and I'm ready to party. We've had such an amazing week in all sorts of ways. I'm not saying amazing just in all good ways, but definitely some interesting ways. And I just want to put it out there first before we get started saying anything, because this is a very interesting show tonight. Is that all things that are said are out in our opinion? They are a lot of them. Are from research that you can get online. We do give people their credit where we've gotten research from or videos. We do make sure that everyone gets their credit. Our show is for entertainment purposes. We will let you know and we will show you if it's factual information by image or by word, and we can stand by our content. So please understand that we are here to make sure that we uplift the community, make sure that we educate the community, and make sure that we love on the community. So let's get started, ladies.
Yes.
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
So
Yes.
tell me, how was your week?
It's been an interesting week. It was very busy at work. A lot of, twists and turns. It's been a very interesting week, and yet I still always thank God for it. So
Absolutely. What about you, Serious K? I know you're partying right now.
It was it was a great week. My mom's birthday was Thursday. We celebrated her last night, and she had a great time.
happy birthday, Mom.
Yeah, she got a little emotional, but
Yeah.
it was a great time. And yeah, and so right now, you guys, I'm at a 50th birthday party. So I'm not in my usual destination. So, feeling really good. It's gonna be a fun show tonight. I'm excited.
Yes, it is. Yes,
All
it is. It's
right.
gonna be real fun on your end being at the party. You're like, yeah, okay, we're done yet.
Right? It's no feel like a party.
Absolutely. Well, this is definitely the time. This is the summertime. There's a lot more partying going on in the summertime versus in the fall when school starts back and we're
Yes.
dealing with family and kids, work, everything. Oh, look at our fan. Hi, HMB fam. We love you. Hi, Donna. I hope we're all looking
Thank
fabulous for you.
you.
He just said the
I
comment.
know.
You're gonna respond.
I know, honey.
I'm going to grades. What you got done with grades?
Honey. We
This
cannot
that's one of our
wait to see
previous
you
guests.
again.
He tried to keep us on point and looking right and tight. So
Absolutely, absolutely. We should hire him for wardrobe and makeup.
Okay.
He would be amazing. But we do want to send a special happy birthday to Mama Rose. If you're out there watching, or maybe she'll watch later, Kim. Happy birthday. Wish you many, many more. We pray that you have continued blessings over your life. And I did see the video and she was very emotional. She was so happy.
I know.
It is so good. I got all emotional. Y'all know me.
Oh, Lord.
But definitely let's move on to the show. We're going to start off with our hot topic tonight. And our hot topic is dealing with Lala and Carmelo. Have you guys heard the drama?
yeah.
You know, to,
Yes.
to be honest, I honestly thought they were not together. I did not. I thought they were already divorced. I mean, it was a shocker when I saw that she was filing for divorce because, well, they didn't say why, but you know how the media finds out information. So they did find out that he had another affair, besides others, and another child, this time twins. And and there was complications with one of the twins per the mother, which she said to be Lee Daniels' niece. Very interesting. But I'm floored to know that they were still together, and then to know that wow, he goes out and cheat, and you come back with twins. Wow. But so now that they're on their way to divorce court and everything, although they did show in the media that they saw them together at an event. I think it was an event for their son. It was at a game or something that their son was having.
Mhm.
But the thing is with this, they both have done extremely well in life. He's huge in the NBA, and is he still playing ball? That's bad. I don't even know. Is he still
Yeah,
playing?
yeah. I read
Yeah.
something about them too,
Mhm.
where because she said that she wanted to file for divorce a while ago. So I think they were separated and they knew that they were going to be talking about it. I mean, they knew they were going to be, talking and then moving towards it. But she wanted to wait till the NBA season was over, so
Yeah.
it won't be, too much on him emotionally, mentally. But I think they knew a long time ago that they were pretty much over. They just was kind of hanging in there and just kind of waiting to whatever, like maybe the NBA or whatever the situation may have been. But they knew, I guess, for a while that it's been over.
And that's right. I did see that part. Duh. But she didn't wanted to wait till the season was over with. But she didn't want it to be that stressful for him. But he goes out and make twins. Wow, that's kind of
Yes, and
crazy.
that's why I said I feel like they could have been over a while ago because they separated years ago and then
That's
they got
what
back
I thought.
together. Yeah, they've been
Mhm.
like on and off for years. Like they separated years ago, then they came back together, could have been for sex or whatever. They try to work it out, then they separated again. And then I think they got back together again. But then that's when I guess, they both realized and like this is pretty much, over. This is pretty much it. So
Right, right. And the question that comes out of this
yeah.
whole saga is that, that like I said, they both accumulated so much, in their careers and they are very well known, does very well. She does, very well for herself as well. And so there is a prenup in place from research. There is a prenup in place. So I just want to pull the question out of those two issue. Do you think that a prenup is necessary in a marriage of status versus just a regular marriage? And when I say regular marriage, meaning it could be a regular marriage where you do very well. You may be the CEO, COO, CFO at your company, or you may own, a small business and have done well. May not be, multi-millionaire, but just you live very well. Do you think it's good to once you get, involved with someone and you want to take it to the next level? You think it's good for a prenup across the board, or just if you are in those mega millions, or what do you ladies think on the prenup idea?
Uh, well, look, first of all, excuse me, I'm not crying for Carmelo and Lala. I got these allergies working in one eye.
I saw you like it's okay though. There you
This
go.
one eye, I'm like, no, I'm not sad. Because it seems like they are great co-parents. Just judging from her the Father's Day post that she
Yeah,
made for him,
yeah,
saying that he was the best, and this and this. So
yeah.
they're good co-parents. It's not a real ugly divorce.
Right.
Um, but as far as a prenup, probably if Lala knew what she knows now about herself and her status and how she's just blossoming, um, a prenup, I think a prenup would have been a great idea. Do they have a prenup? Because I didn't
Yeah.
research that. I didn't see anything. So they did. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I think for people of status, probably so. Us common people, probably not so much. Probably not so much, but especially when there are kids involved, I think that people of status should definitely get a prenup, and especially in their situation, like he got baby mamas, he got two baby mamas, so you want to make sure that your child is going to be taken care of, and he's not gonna, your child is not going to be an oversight, and he's just going to take care of the outside kids. So you definitely want to get a prenup when there are kids involved. So yeah, I agree on that end. But as for me, uh, I don't know if I would. If I would want a prenup, I don't think I would. Not with me. Just thinking about me and my husband's situation now. I wouldn't want to get a prenup.
You
just
would?
a commoner. Just a commoner.
So even if you were a multimillionaire, you would not get the prenup.
If I was a multimillionaire, yeah, I would.
Jason,
Yeah,
Jason,
yeah, I would.
he's gonna get you for that.
Well,
So, so would you be offended if Jason was a multimillionaire and handed you over the prenup? Would you have gotten offended, or you would be like, okay,
It
cool.
depends on the terms of the prenup. It depends on the terms. If it's a good one, if it's a good one, say like I'm gonna give you $50,000 a month,
No, Kim.
brand new car every 6 years. Oh yeah,
Okay.
you can't be talking about listen, I'm gonna give you $50 a month and you just take this little Volkswagen that's raggedy that's sitting in the backyard. I'll fix it up and give that to you and put you in an apartment. No, sir.
Oh
I'm
my
not signing
God. Okay. Gotcha.
for me, for me, it would be stipulated. Like I first of all, I definitely believe if you of status, of course, that you should have a prenup. If you're on your way to, like, you get ready to come into something, I suggest a prenup as well. Of course, like if you and your husband coming together, husband, wife, whatever, coming together, and you don't have it just yet, but you working your way up there. He or she may help you build that business or build what the empire, whatever it is. But I definitely believe if you have status and you have some money, you definitely need to sign a prenup. It's just because to me I look at everything as business. Marriage is a business. So marriage is a business. Not, it's love, of course, but
Right.
you got to be smart about what you do.
Yeah.
And you don't look to get a divorce at all. Nobody wants a divorce. Everyone
Right.
wants to stay, married for life. But you think about people like Mary J. Blige or Wendy Williams who had no prenup, and and they sit up there paying their man like thousands of dollars. So
Yeah.
that's something that you want to look at. But if I was going to get married, he asked me to sign a prenup, I would have no problem signing a prenup. It wouldn't even bother me at all. But I'll be setting myself up, I tell you that. Because it's just always being smart about, what you do. And you don't ever want to go into a marriage thinking that you're going to separate, divorce. You don't ever want to think that way. You want to go in the mindset of, this is going to last forever. Yet you got to be smart as an individual and set yourself up, prepare yourself as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Both good points to the both of y'all. For both of y'all, great points. My take on that, as far as prenups, you mentioned you don't want to go into the marriage, we may not make it 10 years from now, or 20 years, or 15, 5, or whatever years from now. Me personally, it's sad, but definitely it depends on the amount of. It just depends on the status. It depends on the amount. I think that's kind of shady. Like, if I be real and authentic about it, for me, it's shady. Yet I'm thinking that way. Oh God, that's hard. I got to work on that part. But I think it's shady. I wish someone in the comments would give their thoughts and opinions on, prenups. What do they think? I think personally, I wouldn't want to, but because of life experiences that I've gone through.
Rashinda said yes in today's time. I know that's right, Rashinda. Donald said no. Hi, Nikki.
Well, what I've gone through, I would definitely think that it's definitely necessary in some case, and in their cases, we have to go into details like during Patreon. I don't want to say a lot, just out in the open, but definitely in our circle of fam and friends. But it just depends on the case and those individuals. But me personally, signing a prenup is like setting yourself up for failure, divorce, and everything else for me. But because of certain situations and people, it's necessary, because everybody's not thinking on the wave and the vibration that I'm thinking on, and so everybody lives differently, thinks differently, believes differently. So I say it's definitely the case for you guys that think of live your life a certain way. It's definitely necessary, but for me personally, I wouldn't do it. Kim, I'm with you on that. Oh, okay, moving on.
But wait, when you think about the wealthy, right? When you think about the wealthy really quick, they do sign prenups.
They do.
They're very smart about it.
Well,
And,
not all of them. Bill Gates,
well,
we
that's
have
not true.
McKinsey, we have
But think about it. They
Amazon. They did not
got married, but think about it, they got married before they were even that big.
Well, yeah, they knew they were good.
That's what I'm saying. If I like, say for instance, if I knew like him and I at a certain level, like where we are today, and he knew or I knew we're gonna get big, and and we discuss a prenup or whatever. Of course, I may think of ways, some ways about it. But if we're rich and or one of us have something and the other one don't, and he asks to sign a prenup, I mean, I probably wouldn't ask my husband who I'm getting married to sign a prenup. But if he asked me, it wouldn't bother me at all. No.
Our fam, Donald said no. No, as in what? No prenup, no signing, no prenup. People said no. So I guess no prenup. Oh wow! It tells the other one you don't believe it's going to work. That you don't trust a person.
That's not true.
Break up. Well, I mean,
That's funny he say that because when we were discussing the topics, remember I brought that up. I said, well, some people think that, okay, so you don't trust me, you don't think it's gonna. So it's funny that he said.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, as you build your brand, you have to be in the mindset.
Yes, Rashinda. Yes, Rashinda. Excuse me.
But I will issue one.
you know what? I know that's right, Nikki.
She said, issue one.
And that's so true. Like,
well, I love with my own self. I'm like, well, I probably would do it now because of life experiences, but no, I don't want to do it.
Love blinds, right? So when you in love, you don't even think about all the other necessary stuff that now you don't never want to think in the mindset of divorce, never. But at the same time, now I want to say but, and at the same time, because I don't want to negate what I'm saying, at the same time, you also have to be very, very smart. Again, because love blinds, and you go into something with, it's red flags or it's this or that. And because you're not paying, because you're so much in love that you're not being smart about all the necessary steps that you have to take,
people.
Donald, you know what? Donald need to be on this show.
We should have had him on this. You should have came on this show.
Of course, he's gonna say no papers, but but yeah, because again, you got to be smart about what you do, and you don't ever want to say, okay, I'm getting a divorce, and you like it's not saying that you preparing for divorce, not at all, but you're being smart to protect your brand, protect yourself, protect your money while you're together. What's yours is yours.
We are hot tonight. Hi, Mom.
Oh, everyone looking beautiful. Thank you.
I know. You're right. I'm telling you, Queen A, you make an excellent, valid point. She really does, fam. I know the fam, like they're going like this. She makes an excellent point. However, Serious K, I don't know if you're still on my side, but I just think, especially with the initiative that I want to lead in life, and my brand and prenup will not mix. It's just not going to mix. It will not stand for what I believe and what I encourage and what I promote and what, my hope for, a certain class of people, status of people. So prenups, they're necessary, like I said, in certain cases, people that, with celebrities, you hear the saying all the time that they pass around each other. It's so sad. But that's what they say. They pass around each other. And it's always, every time you look around, okay, they last for this long. And then, they're with somebody else. And then, it's just, it's like a merry-go-round. So in certain situations, it's definitely necessary because everybody is not tunnel vision on their spouse. They're very open. So, but for, some of us, we are tunnel vision, and, materials is materials. Yes, you work hard for your things and everything, but, love is supposed to conquer all. That's what they say. Now, moving on. let's move on to some more topics, ladies. And we're going to talk about tonight one of the statements that we heard about our infamous Trump family. Do we even want to give them any type of air exposure? But one of the ladies, is she the daughter-in-law? She's like, I think she's the daughter-in-law, right?
She's married to Trump's son.
Right. So Lara, whatever her that name is, Lara Trump, whatever Trump, daughter-in-law. She was doing an interview, and wasn't it on Fox? I think it was on like a major network, Fox News. It was on one of those major networks, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was Fox News. She stated that they asked her, how should the people prepare for those that want to come across the border, immigrants and everything. And she was like, oh, well, I guess they need to, arm up and get their guns out and get ready. And I'm like, but why? Like, because they're crossing the border, are they crossing the border to kill us? Why you want to get your gun and aim and do what you need to do, kill? Why would you even insinuate? Because on the interview, she used the word that could keep her from getting in trouble with the network. I still don't see why the network would promote it, but to keep her from getting in trouble with the network, maybe they need to do this. Well, maybe you need some mental help. Because they said she used that one word, maybe, that would keep her out of trouble. I'm like, oh, is that how you play the game? Okay, so we need to pick up on the keywords. Let's Google the keywords that will keep us out of prison or, out of the courthouse. So I'm like, okay, so that's what she said. She's the one word maybe, but she can still insinuate violence and it's okay because nothing happened. You don't hear anything else about it. But I don't understand why such hatred is being towards the Hispanics or the Mexicans or the Latinos, because they have helped in so many areas, with sustaining this country, sustaining itself. And they get down and they do a lot of the legwork. They do a lot of work that you would not dare see the Lara, or the Trumps, or anybody of maybe their kind would do. And I'm sure that there are some immigrants. I can't imagine some Karens or Laras cleaning their house. Okay, y'all. I can't even imagine, some Laras or whomever, doing some painting their home or doing whatever work that they dare not think to do. So it really, really, really bothers me to know that it's such hatred towards them. And I'm just trying to understand. I just want to get the logistics. I just want to understand why so much hatred towards the immigrants now. Where is that coming from?
But she said in the interview, she said, in other words, she was saying something that Trump indicated, where she said, arm up and get your guns and take it into your own hands. Mm-hmm. Now, remember when Trump was losing and he told, this right before the whole chaos and they broke into the White House, and he said to take matters into your own hands. So to me, they're talking in codes. So, and if you really listen to some of the things that they're saying, to me, they're talking in codes. They letting you know, like, you get ready, take matters into your own hands. So they're trying to stir up some mess.
Yeah.
This immigration thing where they were, where they had some law around immigration where they wanted to protect those that came into the country, illegally. Now, they cannot get a permanent residency, but they've been here some time. They do want to have some type of law and protection. And also they're looking into, all these immigrants that's, from Mexico or wherever that's trying to come across the border. And I don't know why they having such a hard time with this. But to me, is a lot of codes around what they're saying.
Yeah.
And again, because the terminology she used, take matters into your own hands, that's the same thing Trump said.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, what are they saying? And again, you got to look into the codes and what are they a part of, and what are they speaking? The coding that they're speaking. So to me, again, they're saying something. Look, they're like, gear up, y'all.
Yeah.
It's going to be a war. I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah,
right?
that was
maybe. Go ahead.
Maybe.
Go ahead,
Maybe
Cyrus.
that was my
Gotta be careful
whole.
with
That
YouTube.
was my. Those were my exact thoughts, Queen A. I was thinking. I said, she heard what he said. When those people went down there and rioted at the Capitol, she heard what he said. So I guess she thought, well, you know what? If I say it, it may work.
Yeah.
They have to be very careful because words have power
Yes.
over people.
I'm telling
So
you.
we saw what happened with the Trump administration. That was a dangerous thing for us to say. And plus, these people they don't pose a threat. If they're not posing a threat, then why are we going down there with our guns shooting these people? That's inhumane.
That's my
They're
question.
just trying to come over here and live freely and get away from danger and protect their children the best way that they can. Okay,
Yeah.
I understand we don't have room for all of them. But like you said, Coach Shalonda, they were trying to figure out some kind of way to keep some of them here, legally and help those
Mhm.
people out. Going down there shooting those people, come on now. And I think something needs to be done to her. Something needs to be done to
Yeah.
Trump too. The words that they say,
Yeah.
I mean, just could y'all imagine if President Obama or Michelle Obama
Or
said things
President
like that?
Biden.
They would be fined or in jail or something like that. Come
Mm-hmm.
on. I mean,
Hmm.
these
Yeah.
Trumps. And,
Yeah.
and y'all, he's still rallying and collecting money.
Yeah.
Still rallying. Oh
Yeah.
my God. Do we want this back in the White House? I say not.
Rashindia Williams said the sad thing is some are children. So do we commit violence with the unaccompanied minors also? It figures with the Trumps. And Donald said, get ready, black and brown people. This is very interesting. Wow.
Yeah, it is. It is. And it's very sad because, you have to consider your own children. They have to consider, she looks, I don't know, she may not be because maybe they don't age well, but she may be old. I don't know. But I'm sure she has small children. I would hope, or maybe she can't have any. Hallelujah.
What is the big deal about the Mexicans, though?
I know,
It's
and
like
that's my thing. That's what I kept saying. What happened? Like, is it something that we missed? you
You
know,
know what? I think it's a personal thing with the state of Texas and Mexico because remember Spain used to own Texas, and
yeah,
I think they're scared that they're trying to take Texas back or the country back.
yeah,
I
because
think
Texas,
it's that fear
yeah,
because Coach Shalonda, and there are many neighborhoods or areas that they have actually, it's like little Mexico. Like
Mexico,
those people come together and band together and have a community and have these businesses and stuff. And they fear that. Those
yeah,
people are strong together and they work together more than any other community that I know. So I think
yeah,
it's that fear that threat of, oh, they're gonna take over.
yeah. I would definitely agree with that too, because also, Serious Pay, that the Asians, they have communities too. They have a whole little shopping centers, and they all, have their shopping centers catered to them, unless Chang Yang Yang or Mandarin, whatever, their language, because everything is in their language. It's by them for them. It's their little world. And then they have, oh my God, and you already know how the Indian population is, especially in Dallas in particular, and I'm sure they're all around, but they definitely, but I don't see the attack on them. And it's a lot of them. And I'm just thinking of immigrants. I'm thinking of foreigners. They're foreigners, they're from another country, the Indians, the Asians, and then we have the Latinos, but they are Mexicans. They are directly aimed at them. And then our governor put a down payment. Did you hear that, Serious K? A down payment, $250 million to go towards the wall.
I think it's all politics. I
Oh,
think it's some money involved in this. I don't know what is going on, but below the surface, but I think it's some type of money involved. It's something.
It's always money. At the end of the day, it's money.
Money and power.
At the end of the day, money and power. Wow. That's really disheartening. It really is for them because they do contribute a lot to society. And I can't I just can't find it within myself to say, well, I think that that's good, or I think that that's right. I can't find that within. I don't know. Here's Kay. Can you think of anything? I can't. I think that they work absolutely well with society, and in society, they work harder than we do. Than all of us
You have
do.
criminals in every community. You have criminals in the Caucasians, the Asians, the
Absolutely.
African Americans, the Mexicans. You have criminals in every community. So they always like to throw that up. Like, come on now.
Absolutely.
Sandrine said there is wealth in Mexico, by far not a poor country like they say. It is a pissing contest for the Trumps.
I like that, a pissing. Now that's a good one, a pissing.
But I believe
maybe she should lose that contest, Lara, whatever that name is. Go ahead,
there's something with with the Mexican government. Whatever is going on is, I believe it deals with the Mexican government, and maybe them too, like the government here, especially more so the Republicans, especially being Texas, I think is a lot of back and forth between, some of those things. And another thing, is a lot of, drugs coming back and forth as well. That's a whole money thing, and wanting to control a lot of portion. Why is it that why is it that, and that's what they have to look into, that the Mexicans take so much extreme measures in coming into the country. So why is it that they're trying to leave their country and going through extreme measures like starving, having their kids cross? Like, they really go through a lot of things where some of them may not even make it across. So what is it that they go into the extreme measures and they try to make it to the U.S.? And I think that's something that the government, needs to work with in terms of,
I'm with you on that, Queen. I say that too. The government needs to work with them and try to help those people, because what I hear, and I don't know if this is true, but this is the rumor that's been going on for years. The cartel has taken over the Mexican government, and they go in and they, with these kids and women and children, and they make them sell drugs and other things. So I don't know how true it is, like I say, but I heard that that's what they're running from. If you don't bow down to them, then they may do something to your family. So the cartel has basically taken over. But the United States, we help everybody else. Can we go over and help them? Maybe that'll keep them from coming over. Y'all don't want them over. Go over and help.
The cartels could be running the Mexican government too, so that could be a major issue too.
They actually had documentary and shows about that too, so it is some truth to that. I've seen some of the shows about that, so it might be some truth to that cartel theory.
I met this guy, he's a Mexican guy. He was telling me his mom is, he made a way. He was born in the US, so he's a citizen, but his mom is still illegal.
Yeah.
And he spoke about being in the whole cartel. He said his father was deported back to Mexico because he was all a part of that, and they were doing things, but he said he was all in it. Like, his father taught him the game and taught him what to do and everything. But it's sad because his mother, she been here for so long. And I think she's in her 50s now. She's been here since she was in her 20s. And she really can't, she can't get the help that she needs, especially everything that's going on now. But she's been here for so long, and she has kids here. But you would think that they would probably maybe grant her. But I think it is some type of punishment around, you come here illegally, you got to suffer some type of consequence. Yeah, but he told me that whole story, and I'm like, this is a book. Like, I wanted to write his book. I was just tomorrow. Yeah, and I never met anyone. I mean, I see it on TV, but I actually met two Mexicans that was involved in that world. So to hear the story, and it's actually like true what they say on TV, I'm like, wow.
Yeah, that's how I've seen it, and it's definitely some truth to it.
I question. I love hearing people's stories. So I meet strangers at a store, and I just start asking personal questions.
That could be good and bad.
People look at me like, what is wrong? But they actually engage in the conversation. So I just love hearing people background and what they've been through, how they overcame. So
Yeah.
I love all of that. So I do. I go into the store and I would sit at a restaurant, at a bar, whatever, and I would have a long conversation with a stranger and just pick their brain.
Well, speaking of the hot Trumps and the stupid things that they say at times, maybe. This is the perfect topic to smooth our way into, and that's the cancel culture. Now, speaking of her name, I forgot her name, that Trump lady.
Lara Trump.
Cancel culture makes sense in some cases, especially when it comes to certain people. So, this has been something that has been going on for years where, the young people get mad at certain celebrities and they want to cancel them out. So people actually feel like they have the power to stop your destiny. I would say that this particular topic is definitely controversial because it seems like it has some validity to it because with the people that they've said they cancel, like we can think of certain celebrities that we used to see a lot, but because something happened in the media with that individual that was may have seemed negative to many, and then all of a sudden we don't see them anymore. They piss off some high executives in Hollywood, and they want to snatch them from being in a lot of movies in Hollywood, but more so we see them now, more so on the tube, or streaming versus on the big screen stream. So, but I still wouldn't think or wouldn't say because for me, I feel like I'm definitely against the cancel culture because I don't think anyone can stop someone's destiny. If someone is meant to be here or be there or do this or do that, it will happen no matter what. I think that they have the power to stop themselves. And if they've said something, if they pissed somebody off or did something, wrong to someone that had heavy influence in the industry, it was their time. That was their time to stop. They actually caused that on themselves, not society, but because you spoke those words, but because did that or said that, you did that to yourself. You stopped that. No one had the power to do anything because, and then if they do stop, it's not that, oh, well, I can't get back blackball. That's right, Mickey. They love the blackball, certain people in Hollywood. So I feel like, because, okay, maybe you don't have their influences anymore to get here, get there, go there. But if whatever you did, whatever you said, if it was the right thing to do and say at that time, and maybe you're not on the big screen anymore, but maybe now you're streaming or you're doing your own thing. It can be just as grand. It can be just as great. And maybe that's where your journey ends with that in that instance in that. But I don't think no one can, take away your destiny. You can stop your own destiny. Now, you ladies, tell me different.
Well, it's just the whole cancer culture to me, and I was new kind of to this topic. I mean, I understood what it meant, but I didn't know this was actually terminology for it. So I had to learn a lot and I had to really study it. But it's very interesting because social media has a big influence on, and I would hate to say like people destiny, like Monique, the comedian Monique. Is like she has said some things and people try to cancel her out. People try like, it's like now it's almost like she's starting from scratch now. So I believe that social media has a power to, and if a lot of people are getting involved, as you say one wrong thing or you say whatever on social media and people don't like it. I mean, you have so many people try to, like Monique with the bonnet, I mean, I did agree with the bonnet thing. People shouldn't wear that. The girls shouldn't wear that. But, people start to really come against a person for saying something on social media and they look to cancel them out. They try to come together. They try to bully them on social media as a way to cancel them out. And, I mean, social media, again, is very powerful. No one has the power to alter your destiny, but I would say this, they can they can't like not delay it, but you may have to take another role or take another route. And I look at like say Monique the comedian. It's like because she was canceled in so many ways. Now she has to take another route. She has to, learn to do things in a different way. But let me tell you, when God is on it, when God is on your side, things will cut in your time. You will blow up in your time. So people will try to cancel you out. People will try to do whatever to you, but in your time, trust me, you will rise again.
That's right. Serious case.
Yeah, the thing is, when did this cancel culture start? Was it the early 2000s?
I think
Because
so.
people are so sensitive these days.
Mm.
Society has been desensitized. You cannot say anything. I can remember Red Fox and
Ooh, Richard
Pryor
Pryor,
Yes.
and
Martin
all
Lawrence.
these the Jeffersons and Archie Bunker show.
Oh
I
my
forgot the name
God,
of
the
the show.
Jefferson.
If
Yeah.
they lived back in those times, they would be crazy. I mean, we were strong people. Like we could take a word. We could take somebody saying something and not get offended. Like nowadays they get so offended. You can't say anything. You can't anything because they'll throw you out there and go, hey, cancel her. She's talking about this person or she's talking about this
Yeah.
group of people, that group of people. It's like, come on, y'all can't, you gotta have some kind of backbone, you know?
That's right.
It's like you can't do anything. But I think about people Coach Shalonda, like you said earlier. I think about people like Jussie Smollett. Now,
Yeah.
sometimes you can say some things that do kind of or do some things because he
Yeah.
did some
He
things. It's not
did
that what
something.
it's do some things that get you canceled. Like
Yeah.
people like him, okay, I can kind of see that because he went a little bit
Too
too
far.
far, and people in his
Yeah.
own community were upset with him because he was doing a little bit too much. He thought he was gonna gain this big, huge status, and it just blew up in his face. Um, and I also think about now R. Kelly, another person. He did
Right.
it to him.
He did it to
Okay,
himself. Yeah.
yeah, but
Mhm.
other than that, it's there are some things that you just can't cancel people on everything just because they said something that hurt your feelings or made you feel bad or you thought they shouldn't have said or you disagree with it, you don't agree, you think they should have said. It's I don't like this new culture. It's
You're-
sensitive.
but you're right. And naming some celebrities that that we don't see anymore. I guess the council culture figured that they were able to file them and put them away. But one of the persons that said something has one of the most ruthless mouth, Cat Williams.
Oh, I love him though.
He was like, he said on the lines of what I'm saying, I don't think people can cancel you, but I think that, maybe your time is up or maybe, you're taking a different route. And like I'm saying, you can say, Serious K, like we just said, you can say things and do things that can cancel yourself out. And, you no longer it's seen as much or heard as much, and sometimes you're right. It depends on what's the young lady. She's not canceled out, but she's not in the on TV as much. I think she's doing other stuff, and she may be like she's definitely streaming a lot. The young lady that was she's usually in Tyler Perry shows. The little young one that was in the funny folks that I can't even think of the show. One of Tyler Perry comedy shows that comes on during the week with the lady, the little short. What's the little short that I always play with Medea? She's always in the movie with Medea. Medea's friend, Ella. Is it Ella?
Oh yeah, Ella on yeah.
Yeah, Ella. So, and I'm trying to think of the name of the comedy show that Ella, Curtis and Ella. Pains, the Pains. Not Meet the Pains, but what is it?
Meet the Browns. No, not Meet the Browns. Hey, whatever. You know what you're about.
God, I cannot think
House
of it.
of Pain.
House of Pain. But
House of Pain.
The little girl that was the niece, she was like the daughter of the nephew. I can't think of his name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. The one that played in Poetic Justice. Was it Poetic? No, it was Lyric, Jason Lyric. Lord have mercy. I'm messing it up.
Okay, you know what? You confused us more.
I can't even think of her name, McLean. Her name is something McLean. I can't even think China, something like that. I can't even think of her name. But anyway, she decided to go a different route. My whole point in statement, because I'm sure everybody's like, get to the point. My whole point is that she was, on the big screen. She was on the comedy shows. You saw her a lot on TV. And I'm sure she's still on TV. However, she dedicated her life. I believe she rededicated her life to Christ, and she pulled back. We don't see her as much on those shows or on certain movies. We don't see her as much. She pulled back because she decided to take it. No one canceled her. She decided. So sometimes it's like, you may think, and she did make some bold statements, like, how it is when you live for Christ. And if you on a path for Christ, you can make some bold statements that, especially as you say, serious kind of this sensitive culture just cannot handle. And please don't bring up anything about the good, mighty Lord, because you are judgmental. You are trying to put everybody in hell. So, she did make some bold statements about her faith. I love her. I'm so glad she did. I back everything that she says. But she made some bold statements. So, they did kind of round, her, because it was bold statements, true bold statements. And everybody's not down with that. But she's not canceled. She decided to take another route. Go ahead, Queenie.
What? I'm trying to figure out, how did I come with this terminology, cancel culture? Because go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, they came up like, if you say something, do something that people, the majority of the population don't like. Oh, well, let's cancel them out. Let's not, support them. Let's not watch their movies, or let's not buy their music, or, whatever. Let's not support whatever they're doing. Let's not put them in movies. So, yeah.
You know what? To me, like I like what Cat Williams said when he said cancellation doesn't have a culture. Like, exactly. To me, it's called hating.
Yeah. You know who they doing now? Now they doing Trick Daddy. They put all these negative reviews. The Beehive put a lot of negative reviews on his restaurant and got them down to a 2.
See, and it's bullying. Like, it's hating and it's bullying. Nikki Green said, I think it comes from their taking Black dollars, but not supporting Black culture, so they cancel them. And then she said they cancel Oprah. Woo, that's a whole nother topic. Now, that's very interesting because Oprah, she was really huge until she went, the route of the Black and browns. But Oprah, I still love her. She's still doing amazing things. But I got to look at the whole story with Oprah and what happened with that, because I know even
beef. Remember, she said something about beef a long time ago.
Mm-hmm. But didn't Discovery take over her channel? The Discovery Channel took over OWN, right?
She sold.
She sold it.
She sold a percentage. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, she,
she supported Trump. Nikki Green said they canceled any Black celebrities that supported Trump. Let me tell you, at one, I didn't support Trump, but I remember I got cursed out several times. So I can understand what happened when people supported Trump.
I don't know if she supported Trump, but yeah, Nikki's just saying they canceled or try to cancel anybody Black celebrities that supported Trump. But I don't know if Oprah. I don't think so. But I don't know about that part. If she supported Trump, but I love Oprah. Oprah is definitely a whole nother conversation topic. She's helped many people.
Well, she didn't support Black men, Nikki said. Wow.
Right. That's what I said. I don't think it wasn't a Trump thing, but she did. Okay. So, but get back to the cancel culture. I know that they're trying to cancel what's the girl name? Chrissy. They say her name is pronounced Teigen. It's not Teigen. I've been thinking it's been Teigen all this time, but I am hearing that it's pronounced another way. But the Chrissy legend that's married to John Legend, that they're trying to cancel her because of statements that she said, years ago, and now they're resurfacing. And she's made apologies and apologized about it. And I think she lost the sponsorship or whatever. But You definitely have to be careful with the things that you say. And we do know Chrissy has a strong personality. She's very aggressive, in her personality. And she just say whatever comes to mind. She says whatever she thinks, she says it out. She thinks out loud. So, but she did make statements by, telling people that, why don't you, saying whatever she had to say and then say, why don't you just die or just die? And, we've all said some horrific things. Look at the Trump girl, the little Trump
Lara.
right, the one that just said what she said. She should be canceled, cancel culture. So you guys get to canceling those Trumps. How about that? That's a good one. I'll support you on that. Ain't no hating about them. It's a
Like,
hate.
get her off a block, like they block Trump, block her social media.
You heard what I said? It's a hate, but it ain't that kind of hate, but it is hate. So yeah, so like I said, Chrissy just said some things. Now it's coming back. It's called karma. It comes back to bite you, and that's all it is. It has nothing to do with the culture that's trying to cancel her or whatever. But sometimes you do have to watch what you say. You do have to watch the seeds that you sow because Queen A, I live by it. I am a firm believer of whatever you do, it'll come back. Karma. Treat people as you want to be treated. You reap what you sow. So I'm a firm believer in all of that. Whatever you put out there, it will come back to you because life goes around. So what goes around, it comes back around. So it has nothing to do with the canceling, nothing to do. It just might be that individual's time to go a different route or to really self-reflect on the things that they've said or done in the world, i.e. the R. Kellys. What he done in the past was not good things. Those things that were not good. And now look at his life. So we can think about those people that have, and think about the ones that are sitting back. Think about their characters, their personalities. When we saw them and how we may love their comedy, but we also know how, they didn't say a lot of loving things and they were risque, and the things that they said. And, if they believed and talked a certain way, that just tells you all about, you can learn a person through conversation, how they are. Their character reflect whatever comes out their mouth. So sometimes, many times it's not a cancel culture at all. It's just your time to take a different route. And I'll end on that one. So moving on, and we want to mention some things about the vaccine, about this old COVID. So now we're hearing about another variant, the Delta variant. Now, did you guys know that there are several variants that are out there?
Yep.
Well, done me, because I didn't know. There are several. And did you guys know that the Delta variant is mutant? Did y'all know that?
Yes.
I didn't know that either.
Shalonda, this book as well. So Bishop Ebenard Jordan in New York wrote a book called Written Judgment.
Yeah.
He wrote this book over 20 years ago. And he spoke about some of the things like it's almost like he's like a Nicodemus, right? He prophesied some things. And in this book, he talked about this whole virus thing and it coming back, but it coming back even stronger. Like we thought we were at the end of it. Now, this is not true. This is not true. This disclaimer. This is not true. This is our thoughts. It's based on what we read as well. So it's this
exactly.
So basically it was saying that it's possible that it will come back because now we're hearing about the Delta variant. Now, I first heard about it in China. Then I heard about it in India. And now they're saying that it's some people in the US, but they're now saying also that those people that have caught the Delta or either have passed away usually are the ones who did not get the vaccine. So my thing is like, what is the strategy around it? I think it's important to get the vaccine, yes. Not everybody got the vaccine, but I do think that it should be your individual choice. But I do think that it is important to get it, so it can protect yourself. And some people, they have a good immune system as well. But the Delta variant now, when I did my research on it, they're saying now it has certain symptoms which you may think is just a regular cold, like a cough or a headache. If you're thinking it's something, simple or normal, and it ends up being a Delta. So it start off is very light. It start off very light, and you're thinking again that it's something minor, but it's right. But it's so important to get yourself checked out, get yourself looked at. Not only checked out, but keep yourself in perfect health. In perfect health. I'm like, because I'm telling you, it's especially now. I think God, oh God. You see that? Look, y'all, that's ridiculous.
Those are vitamins. Take your vitamins, fam.
I've learned. I went to a holistic doctor, right? And I went to a holistic doctor, and I've learned that like I'm very sensitive to medicine. So I'm very sensitive to like vitamins. Like my body doesn't agree, which is kind of weird, but I think it's my blood type. But my body like disagrees with medicine, especially like vitamins. So for me to get my nutrients, I have to eat healthy. Like I have to eat a lot of greens. I have to eat like a lot of fish, for like omega-3s and stuff like that. So a lot of my nutrients must come from food and plants and plant-based diets. Because it's like my body would not work well at all with which is kind of weird, right?
Yeah,
but I'm going off the subject, but I just want to say I learned about this diet called a dosha, which is an Indian diet. I love it, but anyway, back to the Delta variant though. So that right there though is just. So the Delta variant is so many different variants. And I just want to say how, it's very interesting how it starts overseas. How come it keeps starting over there? And it makes it to the States. So, and again, it's different. Like we had another variant, right, that came into the US a few months ago. It wasn't a Delta. I can't remember the name of it, but it's just interesting now how the Delta variant came. And it's like, how are they even naming it? So, it's like, where's this information coming from, and why is it starting in certain arenas, in certain areas?
Yeah, I did. Did you want to say something serious, Kay? I thought I heard you.
No, go ahead, and then I'll say.
I did research. I'm gonna send you the research on the naming of the. This research saw video on the naming of the variants. So one thing that I wanted to point out, seeing the video, you can see, but seeing how they name and how it's formed and all that stuff. I hate looking at how they the ball, the thing. All the whole, oh God. But anyway, I just want to mention that the one thing that stuck out to me is that according to that video, I think it was one of the Vox. I'm a firm subscriber. I mean, I love Vox. It seems like it's a bunch of geniuses that do research on things that are phenomenons, and they really open up, your awareness. I love them Vox. So I'll send you girls the video. But the one thing that stuck out is that with the Delta variant, for those who have had COVID, they are more apt to get the Delta. They're quick, they can get the Delta a lot quicker than someone that has not had
with the vaccine.
Now, I don't know with the vaccine. I don't know, if that will stop them. But if you have not gotten vaccinated, but you've had COVID in the past, you can possibly get the Delta a lot quicker than someone that haven't had COVID at all. So that was according to their research. So, and it's worse because it's mutant, so it mutates. So, that's even worse. That's even worse. So it makes it even worse, and it moves faster, in your system. If you're at it. So go ahead, Sirius K. You were gonna make a statement.
I was just gonna say I was reading WHO, the World Health Organization. Yeah. They also recommended that everybody keep their mask on, even those that are vaccinated, because it's 40 to 60% more contagious than the alpha.
Yep.
So just because you're vaccinated, don't think that you can't get this Delta variant, because again, it's 40 to 60% more contagious. So continue to wash your hands,
Right.
wear your mask, and do everything you need to do to protect yourself. Like right now, I'm at a 50th party, but I'm in a room by myself. But when I go back in the room, I'll have my mask on.
Yeah.
And the home is pretty big. It's big enough to where we can even social distance if we wanted to. But I'm just saying, so just still be careful,
Yeah.
because you can still get this Delta.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you want to say something, Queenie? I thought you was getting ready to say something.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So definitely be careful with that because we do not know. And that's the one thing they were stressing. The world wants to act, or certain countries want to act like, okay, it's over. It's not over. COVID is not gone. It's still here. The numbers aren't as crazy as they were, and we pray because we still have to complete this year. We're in our moving into our seventh year. So we still have some nice months, and winter is going to circle back. The fall is going to circle back, So, and I do know in the summer, just like last year in the summer, the numbers kind of took a dip, right? I believe with COVID, and COVID was very present.
But I think they said the heat reduces it, right? Did they say the heat reduces it?
I think they did. I'm not sure, but I think I've heard something like that. But you would think that in the cold.
And I know we're going to be leaving soon. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe. But I read something about Dr. Fauci, where someone sent him in the mail some type of white powder. And remember years ago, we had that whole thing with the mail. They were sending over this whole thread. So someone sent him something. He opened the mail, and they had to hose him down in water, like a pool full of water, to make sure that he was okay and nothing happened to him. So I'm like, people are really getting crazy.
I'm not getting crazy, staying crazy. Getting worse.
They getting mad. Like, would you be quiet? They sent him something.
Exactly. Well, guys, this has been a phenomenal show. Definitely, if your heart and mind is leading you towards getting that the vaccine, please do so. But please take all precautions. Wear your mask. You want to wear your gloves? Still wear your gloves. Wear your gloves. Wash your hands. Stay 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart. 6 feet apart. Just keep your distance and be wise how you move. If you do go to gatherings, I personally like gatherings outside, but like seriously, say if you do put your mask on, you can go to gatherings. And you're close up when you're inside a building or inside a home. You're close together, fellowshipping or having fun. There's nothing wrong with that. Just put your mask on, enjoy yourself. When you want to eat, go wash your hands. Don't be like, yeah, let me try a piece of your cheese. Put your hand in somebody's plate.
You coughing, and then you give
me a piece of that cookie. No. That's key. Put your mask on, even at parties, in and out. So thank you, everyone. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. We've enjoyed our family. Thank you, family, for participating like you always do. Love you, Nikki. Love you, Donald. Was it Rishinda? I thought I saw AJ. My mom. It was so many.
It's the whole audience. The whole audience.
Thank you for tuning in. We have a little surprise for you. Next week will be a holiday, so it's be a little different. But we're definitely, hope that you guys are gonna enjoy your holiday. We're gonna definitely send some good love into you. Virtual.
And we will not be on this coming July.
Exactly. But we'll definitely send shout outs to you and let you know that we're thinking about you and we love you, want you to enjoy yourself, have a good time with your family and friends, take a day off. Until then, bye. See you in 2 weeks. Love you.